Hello, welcome to our first podcast. This is Pub Talk with Louie and Amy.
Hi.
Today we'll be talking about things like summer, festivals, music, varsity, uni.
How it was for us first year, how we got into it. Would we recommend it to others, kind of going from city to city or from going to home in the countryside and then coming to a city for uni? Kind of just things for people to take advice from or just to listen into and relate to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what should we start off with?
I reckon we could do with last summer and how we found first year.
Yeah.
Because personally, first year for me was actually really exciting and definitely coming straight into uni in the summer. I think Plymouth's a great place, having like the Hoe and the Barbican, and I think we probably made friends actually just by nights out and like being out.
We weren't even friends till like what, near Christmas?
No, we must have.
Because I remember having you in my car.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know who you were.
That was literally 2 weeks into first year.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, because you picked us up from a freshers.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, from a night out. And I was in the back of your car and we were listening to Ariana Grande,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And then the rest is history. We've known each other for a year and a half now.
Yeah.
Gosh, nearly 2 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, so.
Yeah, I quite like summer down here. Well, yeah. I do and I don't.
I was going to ask you, do you find it, what do you prefer? Because you're obviously up in Essex and Chelmsford, which is completely opposite down here.
Like, if I could bring all my people from Essex and bring them here, then I'd so do it down here.
I'm always like that, even though I literally live like an hour away, so I'm still on the coast, just like the other side. And if I could bring my friend, I've always said this, if I could bring my friends from home and meet my friends here, I just love it so much more because I think there's so much to do in Plymouth, but people don't think there's much to do, and when they hear you go to University of Plymouth or you go to Marshon, they're like, oh gosh, not necessarily like, oh god, you go there, but it's not exactly like you go to unis like further afield, bigger ones, Cardiff.
Yeah, I mean obviously I feel like our uni's so different to everyone else.
So much different, yeah.
Here we've got like beaches, like that's the thing to do type thing, and like pubs. Whereas when you go like Manchester or it's like
it's more like hardcore nights out. I feel like it's more the prepping, the getting ready, clubbing,
things like that.
See, being at home though for me is actually really similar to here, and I quite like it that my friends from home all go to universities up in Bristol, Leeds, Manchester, Cardiff, so they all have like literally just nights out, socials. Whereas with us, we just kind of go to the pub, have some drinks.
To be honest, I don't even really go out much here.
No, you don't. I went out for the first time on Saturday since.
Where'd you go?
To a club. Oh no, I didn't go to a club in the end. So we ended up going to Union Rooms, which is basically what how do we describe that? Like
big spoons.
It's a Big Spoons, but it's on the strip of like Revs, which is a club. Walkabout, which turns into a club. There's a new one. What's the new one called?
I don't know.
We had our sports awards in there last year, which was really good. I can't remember.
There's another one as well.
Yeah.
There's a new one.
Yeah, and then obviously the depot.
Yeah. Have you seen the one next to Fever?
Oh, I've seen that. It's like a bar style, isn't it? I walked past that on Saturday and I saw it. But yeah, I haven't been to a club since literally freshers this year, so September. And then even I went out to the Union Room Spoons on Saturday night and didn't even make it out.
Oh, I picked everyone else up, didn't I?
Yeah, because I bumped into all of the girls whilst I was with the swim team, and you were picking them up at the time. Yeah. But it's just funny. Yeah, but I can't hack it. I don't know. I think I could hack it, but I don't see the excitement if it's not good music. Like I think we're both the same. We're very like picky with like music and like what we like.
Next time I go out in Plymouth, it'll be for a Casper event. It'll be 29th of March.
What's Casper again?
Just house music.
So house music in the depot, isn't it? Yeah. So
it'll be Archie Hamilton is at depot on 29th. So I'll do that. And then apart from that, I probably won't go out.
I mean, I've been to a couple in a depot. We both went to Enzo, didn't we? Enzo's Burning. So that I really enjoyed it. They were really good, and I think the depot definitely brings a lot of people to Plymouth because again, I have like family and friends at home which have actually heard of the depot in Plymouth because because of like there's big DJs and it's such a small space that I think it actually makes it better.
It is good
because it's a good vibe.
Packed. Like
it's
even,
so hot in there.
Yeah, but like even
sweaty.
on like the Tuesday, like Indie Tuesdays, they're heaving.
Yeah, see, Indie Tuesdays, I never, because I obviously swim on a Tuesday night, and the last thing I want to do when I finish swimming is get out and go out. But a couple of people do it that I actually swim with, and they say it's absolutely packed. But I just can't get my head around how people go out on a Tuesday night and are fit and ready to go for the day on a Wednesday.
Yeah,
maybe that's just me, but
I feel like there's so many pubs I haven't been in Plymouth as well.
I know, everyone talks about. I feel like I'm pretty experienced in all the pubs because obviously me and the girls and you sometimes
I've only been like the ones down Mutley.
Yeah.
Mutley Plain, like, like
I think it's easier for us because by the house we can all walk down from there.
And then Barbican, but apart from that, there's so many other pubs that I haven't been.
There are loads.
That waterfront one's quite nice. Nice food.
But it obviously does get pricier as you do, you go down to the front of the hoe, doesn't it? But I always, we went the other day.
Yeah, that was nice.
That was really nice. I think it's called Pier 1. That was a really, really nice restaurant where we went. And it was just nice vibes, like definitely in the sun. I think Plymouth is such a nicer place to be because it's so seaside orientated.
It's like getting nicer now, but give it a week.
It's still freezing though.
Yeah, I know.
Like freezing, but it's nice being down in Plymouth. And I would actually recommend it to people. Like, I don't think Plymouth gets enough recognition for, obviously, we are a sports uni. Some may say we're not the greatest, but I think
the basketball boys just won the league.
Did they? Well, the football actually, take that back. The football girls just won the league as well. So
the second team basketball.
Oh right, I was good. Yeah, because they're in a higher league, aren't they? Yeah. Well, talking about sport, varsity's coming up in a couple.
When is it?
Like literally a couple of weeks.
Oh, is it?
I went to training this morning. I swam at 7:30 this morning. And
that was actually quite good.
And I thought I had like 4 weeks to prep, and I was like, I'm on the gym plan today.
Do you know what date it is?
So my swimming varsity is the 22nd, which is a Saturday, the big Saturday, so they call it, which everyone goes out on. I will be going out. Probably, most likely.
Is that the day where? That's not the day where everyone does it.
No, that's the Wednesday before.
Oh,
so
that's
Wednesday.
So that's what, the 17th, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. The Wednesday is the one with, like the football, basketball, which is everything on campus, which is actually a really good day. Last year, me, Freya, Lauren slowly started drinking at probably 10:30 in the morning. Yeah, we were drinking cans of cider at 10:30 in the morning.
I don't think it'll be as good this year though, because
I had that feeling.
The football isn't on. It's in Argyle.
Well, I kind of think that might be better because the stadium, it would have the floodlights.
That will be good, but I think it won't be like. Remember when everyone was on campus? There was like that van playing house music.
We loved that van. So there was a Red Bull van that obviously was selling Red Bull out the back of it was really, really cool. But the music he was playing was so good, a proper good DJ set. And I think because we're obviously a smaller campus and have smaller viewing points, it makes it feel more fuller and more of a better atmosphere. So I don't know whether us going to Argyle is suddenly gonna make it a bit less.
Yeah. Where's the rugby?
The rugby's at Albion. So I think it's at Albion. Last year, rugby was my favourite last year because
I didn't go to that.
It was.
Do you have to pay for the Argyle one?
I'm guessing so. But you had to obviously pay for the rugby. I don't think you have to pay for the swimming.
Where's that? Life Centre?
Which is at the Life Centre. But actually, there's been a whole mishap where basically I don't know if it's called a boom. Call me out. I don't know what it's called. But basically, the thing in the middle of the pool that goes up and down that changes a pool into a 25 metre to a 50 metre pool.
Oh, yeah.
and that thing is basically broken.
Oh.
So actually helps me out a lot because I'm quicker on a 25-meter pool. So you do 2 lengths instead of 1 length for a 50-meter sprint. So we're going to have to do a 25-meter, which is short course, not long course, but fits me well.
It's a shame though, because that means there's literally what's on campus?
On campus must literally be basketball, netball.
Basketball is on campus, I think.
Basketball and netball. Lacrosse and hockey and futsal.
And volleyball.
Table tennis, volleyball. Oh, okay, right.
But still, like, not big sport.
No, you want
basketball.
I don't think, except from netball. Obviously, netball brings a lot of people watching because that's quite a rivalry between Plym Uni and Marjon Uni for netball. But I don't know. It might be a really good game of football, and everyone might like being down by Argyle, but I don't know. I honestly don't know how it's going to pan out.
And also another thing is with the football is obviously everyone's going to want to be drinking. That's what made it so good last year. Like on campus, everyone could drink.
Yeah,
watching football. Whereas now everyone's going to have to get the bar or walk there or whatever.
We could drink last year at varsity. We could drink outside of the football pitch.
Oh yeah.
But obviously Marjon were on one side inside of the pitch, and then we were. Plym Uni were up on the so we were all split up obviously, but we weren't allowed in with drinks. Obviously there were some people that would slip their tinnies into their pockets, and I just remember downing the tins because obviously the first year I lived in Cromwell, which is literally opposite the pitch, so we had it was perfect. We could go back to the room, get drinks, drink in the kitchen, have some music on, go back out, we could eat.
Did we go out? Yeah, we all went out after that.
What night was that? I can't still. Oh, was that Prism? Was Prism still there?
No. I don't know if you were there last year when I went. I went to me and all the basketball lads. We all went Fever and Revs.
No, it was. That was it because I went with Lauren and Freya. Because I went with the. Or did I go home early? It's probably my thing to go home early, actually.
Because
I don't know.
I remember I was obliterated that night.
I think all the basketball boys were obliterated that night.
I had to go home.
And also, can I just add, I have never seen so many football players so pissed in their life. Like, they were so drunk. And
I think everyone, because it was quite a hot day. No, was it? No, freezing.
No, it was cold, but
everyone was drinking from so early.
Yeah, there was a lot of football players. Like, obviously, if they're in the first and second team, they're more using the word committed to their sport than obviously the threes and the fours. So they don't go out drinking much on weekends or weekdays. They don't go out clubbing much. So when they do drink, it is like full on. These boys turn into rugby players suddenly and are down in drinks left, right, and centre. But it's always good. I don't know how it's going to be this year. I mean, hopefully, being at Argyle is going to obviously bring a lot of publicity to us because we're using their home stadium.
Yeah, but then I feel like it won't look as packed as well because obviously there's not going to be like in comparison with how big it is. It's literally going to be like little load of people there, little load.
I mean, when we were at Albion's obviously, I don't think it's as big as as obviously not as big as Argyle, but we had Plym Uni on one side. Plym Uni always take up more space than us because they're obviously a bigger uni. They have more students. But I don't know how that's going to fill a football stadium and whether it's just not going to be the same.
Yeah.
Because obviously you can't be near pitch side in those stadiums. You can't we're so far away from the other team.
Yeah.
Which kind of, as much as shouting at each other isn't a good thing, but it does kind of add to the atmosphere.
I think for the players, it's nice to play on.
I think, just
but like for the fans, it's actually not that great.
Like, obviously, we're good friends with some of the girls on the women's first team.
Oh, are they playing there?
And yeah, the girls playing there as well. And I think it's just, if I was a football player, I'd be taking pictures on the pitch, left, right, and centre with the girls, making it looks really good.
Yeah.
I think the boys' first team will be quite good because obviously they're the highest.
Yeah. It will be good, but I just think it will kind of ruin the experience for the fans for compared to if it was a Marjon. because it's more like intimate on the margin.
Yeah, the difference with last year as well is that the football literally happened about 10:30 in the morning, 11 a.m. So we had sport all through the day, like football, and then obviously lax were on, and then we had hockey. So it was all through the day. Whereas now, I think football's on in the evening on Wednesday. It's like a 7 p.m. kickoff.
I thought it was like that.
Or like a 5 p.m. kickoff. I might be completely wrong.
I thought it was that for the first team last year. Because I remember literally, we all...
Is that really bad that I don't remember?
It was like, they finished their game. That was the last event of the day. They finished their game, the first team football. And then we all went into Ben Thomas. What was Ben Thomas's?
Coleridge.
Was it?
No. Tufnell.
Yeah.
Tufnell.
We all went into Tufnell and like started DJing.
They're all the halls, by the way, in Marjon. We're just talking about. We all had like last year. We were all set out basically in like this courtyard where we'd have all of our halls just basically facing each other, and it was really fun. But I mean, everyone was preying left, right, and centre in every single hall.
Yeah, I don't feel well. Maybe it's because I'm obviously not on campus this year, but I feel like I don't see people partying as much as like we did.
No, see, obviously on the swim team we have we call them freshers, but first years who have joined. And I just don't think it's the same anymore. Like, you obviously have a handful of the first years that are making most of the partying and the drinking and socialising, but a lot of people, I don't think are bothered about it. Because I just remember first year. I mean, I think us girls were probably in the most well-known halls.
Yeah.
But we would always, even if it was just like a Thursday night, and we were all like, should we just have a wine night downstairs? Like, because I lived on the floor above all the girls, didn't I? So we just have wine nights and. I mean, I might be wrong, but it might happen all the time. But
first year was better. Well, it was
Socially,
it was better.
Exact. I was literally just about to say, socially, first year was so good because I think 90% of the time I was socialising with people, even if it was just sitting in the kitchen eating my food. We'd just like chat all night, and I'd only go in my room when I was going to sleep. Now I feel like everyone kind of. I mean, everyone's got boyfriends and girlfriends now, haven't they?
They go to bed at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, me and Louie talk about this all the time. We have managed to be like the only single ones now, and everyone's just suddenly got whipped by having girlfriends and boyfriends, and which, you know what, is, I love it, but the socialising just doesn't happen anymore. Well, it does, but not as common.
And it's not as fun. Because people just like go home early.
Yeah, I think first year we were all just a bit, I wouldn't say off the rails, but we were all like, let's just have fun.
But I think that's how you should be, because like we're 20 years old.
I was saying this. I think I was even saying it to my mum the other day. I was just I'm such an overthinker, and I've always been told that by all of my friends and all of my family. But I just need to be told to like. Let loose. I'm a 20-year-old. I should be making memories right now, not worrying about what I'm doing when I'm doing it.
Exactly.
But
that's why I feel like this summer I've literally booked so much stuff.
Yeah, actually.
I have no money because I've spent so much money on so many festivals, so many events, so many ways. But I don't care because I know like in a few months I'm literally gonna have the best summer. Yeah,
because obviously talking about holidays, and me and you have definitely been on a couple lads and girls trips last year, but upcoming holidays, what are you thinking this year? Because I know you have a lot going on.
A holiday, I actually don't know.
Holidays can mean festivals as well.
Oh right, well a broad holiday, no idea yet, because I need to book it, but obviously it's March.
It's just going to get more and more expensive.
It's March now. I don't really have. I need to do it by like
May,
latest.
I'd say May.
So I do need to book it soon, but I don't know whether I'll do just like a chill holiday in like Greece where I can just spend as little as possible, or I do want to do like Malta, but I don't know if I'll be able.
There's a festival in Malta, isn't there?
Yeah, Boat on the Rocks, but I don't know if I'll be able to afford it in time. I don't really know.
I mean, I do debate sometimes. Like I love a girl's holiday, and for me, I'm so much more like a relaxed, chill holiday where there's some like places, like restaurants that turn into clubs. Like when I went to Barcelona last year, I did go with my parents, but I've known so many people that said it's so good because it can be a chill holiday, but also a party one. But I also think that festivals and being at home can be just as good as a holiday. I don't feel like you need to get a flight somewhere to have a better time.
I mean, obviously, it's like a complete different experience, I suppose. Like when you're abroad, you're like so free to do whatever you want. You can like chill out in a pool day and then go out in the evening. Like it's nice, and like everyone's there to do the same type of thing, which I know.
Yeah.
Like at a festival, obviously, you're there purely for just music, which is fucking sick. Like it's so good.
Yeah. No.
But
it is cool. I feel like though with those holidays for me, when I went to Zante last year, Albufeira was amazing, but I feel like with Zante, you were just waking up like early afternoon and then laying by the pool, and you'd be living for the evening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you'd be waiting for like 11 p.m. to be able to start preying and drinking. And I think then I went out, and by 1 o'clock I was like, oh, I'm a bit tired, like, but I'm having to like go on through because this is the whole vibe that it should be. But I'm happy I did it, and I'm happy I experienced it. How did you find Zante?
I thought it was alright. I liked it, but one, the music was rubbish, and two, I just didn't go with the right people.
Yeah, no, that it was literally exactly the same with me. Like I went with one of my other really close friends at home, but I think Zante is like a big, like you need a lot of girls or a lot of lads in a group that all just, in all honesty, be feral. They just want to have fun, and there's a type of people in Zante which I can't handle, and I
think it's quite young as well. Like I was looking at it for me and my mates again this year because it's cheap.
Why not? Yeah,
cheap.
Definitely.
But I don't think we will do it. But I was just having a look, and it literally said, if you're 17, don't worry about bringing ID.
Yeah. So my mate on the swim team again, he went to Zante this year, but didn't turn 18 till August, and they went to Zante in June. And I'm not gonna say stuff he did because you don't want to know, but he didn't even have to tell people that he was 17, and he could have talked to like 25-year-old girls and no one would ever know. And I think that's such a weird thing in Zante is that a 16-year-old could be on that strip and
but you can tell,
no one would know.
I think you can tell.
Oh, I could tell that he was an 18-year-old by a mile off. Like, just I think you can, but
the way like they love the pop rubbish.
It scares me more that my brother, he turned 17 last November, so he's obviously not turning 18 until this November. But the fact he could go on a lad's holiday and go to Zante this year, I'm like, that's just crazy. Luckily he wants to call himself an athlete, and I say that like lightly, but he likes marathons and he likes high rocks. Yeah, he told me that as well. I was FaceTiming my mum last night, and my brother came up and was like, "Guess what? Your mate followed me," and I was like, "Oh, look at you."
He followed my journalism account.
Did he?
I just followed him on my actual account.
It's because my brother really enjoys house music and stuff like that, and Louie's been doing, like, you love your DJing, don't you, and house music and stuff like that. So I think my brother's kind of likes that about you and about my friends. But no, going back to music and in Zante, I went to Albufeira a few months before with the girls at uni, which was the most amazing time ever. But the difference was we had like house music and somewhere called Matt's Bar, which I sent Louis videos when I was there, and it was so good. Like, obviously this was the prime Sammy Vergi time.
Oh yeah.
Like prime Sammy Vergi.
Yeah.
So that was amazing.
There was a lot of Vergi.
And then walking down to like the karaoke bars, it would just be so different to Zante, where you'd walk in a bar and a club there, and it'd just be like Rihanna playing or bloody Katy Perry.
Yeah.
Or
they have up their game this year. There is now Boat Club there, which is house.
In Zante? Yeah.
There's, I think, Abode is there, which is also house. And then there is Josh Baker's there. East End Dubs is there. Rossi's there.
I think they've also realised that Zante obviously is a party hard holiday. But it's not, everyone's so invested in house music, D&B now, like techno music, that it's not. The pop music isn't going to keep people in Zante forever,
rubbish.
and they need to keep the money going.
I want to go Ibiza.
I want to go to Ibiza. We were talking about this last week, weren't we? I want to go to Ibiza, but the expense.
Yeah.
Like, I'm very much, I'm not a snob, but I love beach clubs, and I like being able to go and not have to worry about the music and just spending money on cocktails and that. But obviously it comes with a price. Like the big clubs like O Beach, High, stuff like that. It is mental. Yeah, I do think I should go when I'm like 25, so maybe in like 4 years.
I'm gonna try go next year.
Yeah.
Because my mates, a lot of my mates, like Archie, they're all going this year, and I could have gone, but obviously like.
But that's the difference with friends at home. They have a full-time job, apprenticeship, being paid. If monthly.
I didn't do all these festivals, like Creams,
you could have gone.
I could have done it, but I just prefer like I could either do Ibiza for a week or do like Park Life, Forbidden, Greenfields, Paradise.
That's what I mean.
All these different things. So.
And for you and your love for music, I'd reckon you'd love festivals just as much as you would a party.
Yeah.
Ibiza could be really like, because again, everyone I spoke to before I went to Zante were like, oh my god, it's amazing, like make the most of it, we're going back this year, it was so good. And then it was just so like did not live up to its standards at all.
Everyone says so, like even my sister, she says once you go Ibiza you never go anywhere else.
Exactly, and that's why I feel like I kind of want to go when I'm a bit older. I'm financially stable in a job, maybe. Well, hopefully.
It's a nice island.
And then because my grandparents actually live on the coast in Spain, so like 40 minutes from Alicante on the coast where you can land, and you can actually get a boat from where they live to Ibiza.
What's the place called in Ibiza where all the parties are?
I have no idea, but
I can't remember. I know it, but
I do think about it sometimes. So me and my cousin are the same age, and obviously we'd have a free villa and everything because of our grandparents. And you can do like a day trip to Ibiza, or do like a night over in Ibiza, and I think that could actually work. And just financially, I think I'd love it.
Why don't you do it this year?
I would do it this year, but I don't know why I wouldn't do it this year. I could do. I think my dad and my uncle, so both our dads, have been telling us.
I see people they do like 24-hour trips there.
Yeah.
Like they'll literally go there in their party gear, no bags or anything.
I mean, I'd love to do that because that's so out of my comfort zone to just be like unhinged and just jump on a boat in like my sparkly outfit. And they literally
go like to like 2 or 3 clubs. Yeah. And literally just 24 hours playing there.
But I think that's the thing about Ibiza. You can literally go over to Ibiza on a boat, wherever you're going, go to a beach club for the day, go straight to a club, to another club, and it'll be 5 a.m. before you know it. Get on the 9 a.m.
Yeah. And the thing is as well, you can go to like so many afters that until it's literally 24 hours.
And I think obviously people that stay in Ibiza are gonna. I think it's a lovely island, not even just for partying. And I've already looked at all like the Airbnbs and hotels in Ibiza, and I mean they're beautiful.
Are they expensive?
Depends where you go. I think if you want the proper Ibiza party with your friends in an Airbnb, it's gonna be expensive. But I think also Ibiza is prime in like June, July, and August. Yeah. So I think if you wanted to go, Easter time would probably be perfect.
Like Ibiza closing is in like October.
Yeah.
And that's packed.
Yeah,
my mum went to.
Yeah, I remember meeting all the reps when I went out to like Portugal and Greece and that, and they were out there from like March till November.
Yeah.
And I think that's just crazy how you've done how many months of repping.
Yeah, it's like 6.
Yeah, and they wait until basically July, August time to have maximum capacity in the place, so it's just crazy. But I don't know. Would you ever rep? Would you do repping season? You would.
Yeah, probably, maybe. I'd definitely like work out there.
Yeah.
Like my mum said after uni, I should like spend a year out in Ibiza.
I think that would actually. I think you'd love that.
Yeah, probably.
And like with you, obviously, with our course and everything, and being journalists and wanting to do.
I would like
stuff
to do
in the industry. I think definitely DJs and music over there is such a big thing. But the contacts.
Yeah.
Just by working even behind a bar where you have like all of these big DJs.
Yeah, I'll say like I went out there, done like videography for a club.
Yeah.
And then, mate, I'd absolutely love that.
That's just like you to a T, though, isn't it? Like for me,
it's not a risk, but it's like just chucking yourself in the deep end big time.
But I feel like
just moving country,
even if you did it for like 6 months, and you got a package of working there and all of this stuff, I do think you'd enjoy it. And even if you didn't come back with the outcome of finding contacts or getting a job, I think it's still the experience.
Yeah.
Like I knew someone that worked out in in Zante for a month, and instead of being a rep, he just worked in the beach club, Karma Beach Club. Did you ever go to Karma? The White Party.
Yeah.
And
I liked it.
Yeah, and I think that's just such a better idea. And then I met loads of girls that worked on the boat parties and the boat trips, and then they also worked in the beach club. But I mean, they say they drink daily.
Yeah.
Like it's not.
And I bet they get no sleep.
No, because I think they work boat parties all day, and I mean when you're on party holidays, there's no time where you have to start drinking or finish drinking. Like you just drink when you wake up and then you go to bed. And then these guys are going back to the beach club, then working these parties till like 3 a.m. I
was listening to a podcast, a guy who works in Miami, I think, or LA club. He said he literally goes to sleep at like 7 a.m. and wakes up at like 3 p.m. and then just goes back. I
think you have to be committed and really want to do what you're going to do if you're doing that, because it's just
gonna money though.
Exactly.
Like big ones.
Because who did I meet? Someone that worked out in Ibiza, and they earn so much money.
Because I think some of them earn like commission off how much people spend.
Yeah.
Like say like someone minted comes in and spends 100 grand on bottles of vodka and like people carrying signs and that. Mm-hmm. They earn like commission off of it, and they earn like so much
it's
money.
just like hospitality work, isn't it? Like I work at a pub at home, and there could be like people coming in and they tip us really highly. Yeah. It's just like tips to us at home is their commission there. But I think I'd be open to it. I think I'd prefer to honestly go to Australia, travel till I have not much money, and then find a job there, even work. My idea would be like finding a really nice coffee like place or a cafe right on the beach, making like matcha lattes for people every day, watching people surf. Yeah, but again, that's obviously something you would really have to think into, and it's not going to be a definite that you're going to find.
I can imagine your brother doing that.
I know. He really wants to go out to Australia because his mate at school, he's currently in sixth form, so A levels, and his mate's family live out in Australia, so his mate goes out there all the time, which is a long way to go to see them. But I think my brother's more wanting to go travelling than he is at uni, and I've honestly just told him to do what he prefers to do, because I think a lot of people jump into uni without knowing if they 100% want to do it, and by second year they either drop out, and we know a couple of people that have done that. They either drop out, or they don't like the course, or then they move, or then they fail because they don't like it enough. And I think people don't think about that stuff more. They more worry about living there,
partying. That was my idea. I came here and was like, oh, can't we just go out?
Yeah, I think we made the most of it in first year though.
Yeah.
Like I think I went out a lot, but then I also don't regret going out, because I think I made my friends and I made memories from going out. Yeah. You know.
Did I tell you in the summer? I'm gonna go see Chris Stussy and Michael Bibby with my mum and sister.
Oh, see, I think that's so wholesome when people do stuff with their family. Like, I've always said, like, oh, I'd literally go on a girls' holiday with my mum. Like, literally, me, my mum, my cousin, who's, again, the same age as me, and then my auntie, who's my mum's sister. Like, the four of us would happily go on, like, a 4-day bender and just have so much fun. I think I want it to be normalised that, like, your parents are your best friends and, like, your sister.
Yeah, have you seen the one Michael Bibby One Life?
No.
So I think in London, you probably saw videos of it last year. Yeah. It's like one stage in a park in London, It's just like all day thing.
Yeah.
Where like Michael Bibby and Chris Sussy. It's Max Dean, Luke Dean, Chris Sussy, Martinez brothers. It's a good lineup, but it's just like in a field. It's not a festival.
So you're going with your mum and your sister?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I think that'll be so fun though.
Yeah.
As well, you won't spend as much, will you? Your mum and your sister will be there.
Yeah.
For drinks and stuff. I think it's a nice thing though. Like, obviously, when we get in, we're obviously both 20 now, so I think when we get older, we do appreciate like our parents, and that I always see the stuff on TikTok like it's their first time in the world as well.
Yeah.
Just
and I text
so
my sister and I was like, why don't we do it? Because although she'd be like, oh no, it's not my thing anymore, but I was like, before you know it, my mum and dad won't even be able to do anything like that anymore.
And as well, like your sister has a baby, so you have a little niece now.
So I was like, whilst you're like still not 30 yet, I was like, whilst you're still just under 30, I'm like of age obviously now. I was like, mum is able to. She's still like.
Your mum is a diva.
Yeah,
she's so
my mum loves house music and that stuff. Yeah. So I was like, why don't we just do it? She's like, yeah, alright.
I think you've got to do stuff sometimes. Like, you don't want to. I always worry. Like, am I doing too little right now? And should I be going out and just having fun and making memories? Because I'm 20 and we're never going to be 20 again.
Not doing any like festivals?
Like, I haven't bought any festivals. I've always been like this. When I work, I like to save my money. Like, I'm very much, I think, more about my insurance and if I want to go travelling in a couple of years.
Would you camp though?
I do. Yeah, I've camped before. And the thing is though, I'm not very like materialistic where I have to like full beat of makeup. I have to blow dry my hair. Like, I would go to a festival, shove my hair up. Yeah. And like just.
Yeah, well, I get silver camping. Like for Creamfields, I've got silver camping. Yeah. So I get showers and that.
So is there like bronze, silver, and gold creams? Okay.
Bronze, I don't actually know what you get with bronze. The silver is showers, nicer like toilets. Yeah. Like they actually get cleaned occasionally. And then gold, all the difference between silver and gold is gold you get like service, I think, when you need it.
Yeah. No, nice. Well, should we end this podcast with your favourite holiday party story, or your favourite festival party story, or your craziest experience to sum it all up?
What's my favourite? My favourite, I don't know. My favourite experience would probably have to be, I've said it before, the Jamie Jones set.
Yeah.
On the runway. That was.
You sent me so many videos of that and it looked amazing.
Unbelievable. Because like everyone is just so happy to be there. Yeah. And everyone's just like cheering, like when a drop comes and whatever.
Everyone vibes together as well. Like I see all those videos and they're just like all just so gassed for it.
And I don't know, everyone was just so because it was the first like proper night. It was the Friday night. Yeah. Everyone was so happy.
First night's always the best.
Yeah, it was just amazing. That was probably the best time I've ever had in my life. So yeah, I can't wait for this year.
And then like holiday, like party holiday. Did you have like a highlight of the holiday or?
Probably just because I only went with 2 other people. Probably just one of the boys getting hammered, and it was just well funny.
I think that's
because it was
Clark,
so he's like not the type of person to get like.
If you've ever met Clark, sorry Clark to call you out, but
he's boring.
He's not boring, bless him. He either talks loads or doesn't talk at all. Yeah. But these videos of him.
Yeah, that was.
It was a bit messy, wasn't it?
He just could barely walk. That was probably the funniest thing.
I think mine definitely Albufeira. So I went away to Albufeira with my friends Lauren and Freya that are at uni with us now. We all live together, and we met these group of Welsh lads. And just to add into context, Lauren is Welsh, very Welsh, so funny, and we were watching the Euros at the time, so we were sat in this outside garden in Albufeira. It was so good, like it was absolutely packed, and these guys were just absolutely hilarious. Like no one wanted to sit with them because they were Welsh, like big guys, tattoos all over them, like they were pushing each other over their chairs, shouting at each other, like
reckless,
like literally reckless. But the minute they meet another Welsh person, so it was Lauren, it was just so. They let us sit down. They wanted to get us drinks, like we really vibed with them, and it turned out to be like the best afternoon ever. But yeah, that was just great. And then obviously all the house music in Albufeira was definitely a highlight.
Yeah, I can't believe that.
Yeah.
I've thought about going to Albufeira this year.
I honestly think it's in its prime. Everyone now I know that's gone has said they're either going again this year or it was way better than Zante.
Yeah.
So
I can imagine it's probably better than
I think they're getting loads more people in, but yeah.
So, yeah. All right. Thanks for listening to our podcast. This was episode 1.
Pub talk.
Yeah, pub talk.
Yeah.
Come back next week for episode 2, where we'll talk about other subjects, probably pubs and more rubbish.
More pubs, more partying, maybe a bit of exercise, nutrition, health.
Maybe a couple
my
of games
side of stuff.
here and there.
Yeah, a few games.
Anyway, see you later.
Bye.